what to text a guy you like, or how do you text guys? Ricuritas, welcome to my channel. I'm Sanchez and I'm very happy to have you here one more day in this Monday of lifestyle, beauty and more video. Today we're going to be talking about how to text guys or what to text a guy you like. So please stay tuned so you can know all these tips and mistakes you might be making if you are texting a guy you like. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and also you can follow me on my social media. Don't forget to leave me your comments below if you have any question or recommendation. And let's start. Well, we all know that men or women, we are very different, especially how our brain is connecting and the way we think and the way we act. It is for a reason, but for men and women, it's most likely for different motivations, reasons, patterns, etc. It's been forever, since ever. So when you like a guy, you have to be very careful and apply some tips and some tricks that will make him like you as well, instead of just texting him to push him away from you. So I want to start with some mistakes you might be making if you're already texting a guy you like. One very common mistake, and maybe the most common mistake, is that you're texting him too much. Yes, too much. But what does too much mean? It can mean three things. The obvious, too frequent. Like texting him very often with sometimes not even good text messages. Remember, if you like him and maybe you haven't established any romantic connection yet, you have to be very careful. You don't want to be texting nonsense or just hi messages. Of course not. So, not too frequent. The other meaning for too much, it's like a lot of content in one message, or very frequent messages letting him know every movement you've made during your day. You don't have to let him know every single thing you're doing during the day. Of course not. Don't even bother yourself letting him know. You need to write interesting texts. That can be boring and way too much. And the third one, which is probably, I'm sure we all have fallen into this trap. He's not responding, so you keep texting and texting and texting. No, don't. If he's not responding, there has to be a reason. Just don't keep texting, okay? If you like him, don't keep texting. The silence can mean a lot of things, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that he's not into you or he doesn't like you or he doesn't want to talk to you. It can mean several things. So just don't pay attention to that and don't keep texting. The second mistake you might be making is you're overthinking and overanalyzing his texts or his responses when he is not responding. You know what I mean? Like, you might be overanalyzing what he sends you or why he doesn't send you anything. That's a terrible mistake. Men are like that. There can be a million reasons for what he's not going back to you with a text. He's not texting you back. Either he's busy, he doesn't have battery, he's not in the mood, he's with friends. The silence doesn't really mean he's not into you. And what he's saying, take it most likely 80% literal. Like, don't overanalyze, don't overthink. If he sends you just an okay, doesn't mean he's mad. It just might mean tons of things. So if you like him, don't overanalyze. It might make you reply with something totally terribly wrong. So be careful of that and just don't pay attention. Guys are very simple. Trust me, they are not as criminal minds like we have. No, they are very simple. So just take it the way they send it, okay? Don't get stressed about it. Read it, or if he's not replying, forget about it and just be patient. Calm down, okay? Number 3. This is a very common mistake as well, and it is that sometimes we're sending very boring messages. Yes, and what can be considered boring? Of course, that changes between one person to another, but be sure that just a hi message or anything that is just gonna make you text something that you can tell it's just to start a conversation, that's not interesting. Let's say that he's been flirting with a few girls, or that a few girls are flirting with him, then most likely they are gonna be just, good morning, hi, what are you up to, or things like that. And no, don't do that. You want to be different, you want to stand out, and you don't want to show desperation, okay? So make sure that every time you text him, you text something interesting, not something boring, something exciting. Keep it positive all the time, all your messages. Leave the negative stuff, the sadness and all that aside, because that's not what you need. Okay, here it comes. So now, what to text him then? Yeah, what to text. We now know we don't have to text too much, that we don't have to overthink and overanalyze the messages, and also that we're not supposed to be sending boring or negative messages. So what can we say, or what can we text? The first thing you have to keep in mind is that since we've said that you have to keep it interesting and you have to keep it alive, active and all that, well, remember that guys like appreciation, and sometimes they don't feel appreciated enough. So make sure that when you're gonna text him, it definitely has to show appreciation, okay? Show him and text about something he likes or about who he is. If he's a writer, if he's a football player, if he's an engineer, or if he likes a TV show. For example, if he likes a TV show, you can actually ask him something like, oh, what's your favorite character? Or, for example, if he's a writer, like, oh, and what's your favorite genre? Or your favorite book, or whatever. But always text about something. I mean, not every single text, but make sure that you text about who he is or about what he likes. What is the trick with this? That will tell the guy's brain that you and him are compatible. Yes, because that shows that first you appreciate him, you're interested in the same things he is. Might be or might not be true, but trust me, this will show that you are compatible. Instead of, oh, I'm a writer, and you reply like, oh, really? I don't like reading, but how you like it? Hey, that shows like you're not compatible at all. Or, I like this TV show. Really? I hate it. That shows that you're not compatible enough. And trust me, guys like girls who they see that there can be some sort of things they can share together, okay? They don't want somebody who is 100% opposite to what they are or what they like. So keep that in mind. Another text you can send him is when you want to change the subject, or when you want to kind of send a text out of nowhere and change all the patterns. Instead of saying just hi, you can challenge him. Naturally and instinctively, guys like to be challenged. So this is a good thing that you can take to your favor. Why? Because you can send him a text about something like, hey, I've heard you like cooking, or I've heard you like playing this instrument. What about you make me dinner this weekend? Or I love, for example, I love cooking and I've heard you're really good at it. Show me your best recipe. Things like that. If you see here, you're challenging him, you're making it completely interesting, because it's definitely not a boring message. It's very surprising actually. And also, you're showing appreciation for what he does or the knowledge he has. Plus, you're showing that you both can be compatible. Yes, so texts that can kind of challenge him are really, really good if you like the guy. And the number 3, and this can kind of go a little bit deeper depending on how your relationship is with guys you like, or how far you've already gotten, if you're already dating or not, but it's always good to have some sort of teasing text. You can tease him a little bit through text. It doesn't have to be like 100% sexual, or letting him know like, hey, I want to have sex with you. No, it doesn't have to be like that, but a good teasing message is always good. It can be just a happy face or whatever in the text, but make sure that you add that teasing component, not to every single text, but to some of them. And the most important thing, that will be the 4th one, keep it as a normal conversation. Don't make a big effort to look good on the texts, but just be friendly, be natural, be yourself. And of course, don't forget, and this is like an extra tip, write the text, read the text, and read it again before sending it. Okay, don't be those crazy women that are, oh no, that was a mistake. No, make sure you write it, you read it again, and then you send it. It doesn't have to be like that all the time, but if you like him and you're trying to get him into you, then you might want to keep this very simple and clear. Like, you need really good text messages to impress him, to make him like you, to show your best side, and also to get to know you better. So, thank you so much for watching, Recuritas. This was a very interesting video that I actually love. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any comment, any question or anything, just leave it in the comment section, and also give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon in the next lifestyle, beauty, and more video. So, see you next Monday. Bye bye.